Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Argon. In this video I'd like to start a series where I bring a character from level 1 to 80 and then all the way up to the top gear to be able to run endgame content such as Tara the Mad Mage and Zariel as currently. In this series I would go through the progression of a character, the class yet to be determined. Feel free to leave the classes which you would like me to play in the comments down below. I would bring this class all the way up to endgame level, entirely free to play. Now ideally I would use a separate account for this, however I would prefer to keep all my hard work and progression on the same account. Therefore I will play it as if it's on a different account, so I will play it completely disconnected to all my other characters. Therefore I won't be transferring any gear or any currencies or anything like that of that sort to that character that I'm playing. That will be entirely free to play. However, my account currently has VIP. However, I shall not benefit from these until I specifically gain that VIP through the free-to-play method on that specific character. Now the goal for this series is to essentially show you guys that yes, Neverwinter is an entirely free-to-play game. There is no need to invest any of your hard-earned money into it. You can successfully manage to complete all the content that there is available with an entirely free-to-play character, and I will show you how through this series. This series shall also definitely help those newer players on what kind of priorities you want to have, what things to go for, what things to work on as you're leveling up, so that you can progress your character most efficiently and thus nice and quickly. There's a lot of information within Neverwinter that I would like to give you guys, the community, to help you progress through the game. It can be a very challenging game at the beginning. You're thrown a lot of information at you and you're not entirely sure what to do with it. And therefore there's been a lot of videos I've been wanting to make with regards to that, kind of tips and tricks and things to do as you go along, like about companions, about enchantments, about leveling quickly and prioritizing quests and whatnot. All of this information I shall go through in this series as I progress with my character, and therefore it will also be in the order of kind of priority. As my character is leveling up, shall be introduced to new things such as enchanting, your mounts, your companions, etc. All of these can be, as I mentioned, rather daunting for a new player and can be kind of confusing as you don't know exactly what to do, what's the most efficient way to spend your hard-earned currencies within the game, and all those sorts of things. Ultimately, this series should be very informative. However, I would also like to throw in a bit of comedy here and there, and overall it should be relatively enjoyable to watch to see my progression as I go along with my one given character. However, this does not mean I'll be stopping making the other types of content that I do, such as builds and such based around the class the Paladin, and as well as that, news videos, update videos and such, and what is happening within the game. So, as I mentioned previously, if you have a particular class you would want me to play, feel free to let me know in the comments below. However, there are one or two classes that I'm not particularly fond of. Those mainly being the ranged DPS arcane classes, such as like the Wizard or Arbiter. Those classes I don't particularly enjoy, as I generally like to be a melee class where I'm in the thick of things. If you have any particular names you'd like me to use for this character, also feel free to leave them in the comments. Anyway, hopefully this was a decent introductory to what my series is going to be all about. Hopefully you are interested, and if so, consider leaving the video a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing, and we'll hopefully see you in the next ones. Goodbye for now.